We are coming to you live from the Nairobi Serena Hotel, where the ICEA Lions Group has just given the Q3 report on the employment status in Kenya. And right now I'm joined by the CEO for the ICEA Lion Group, Mr. Ernest. Mr. Ernest, let's start with the manufacturing industry. There's a lot of talk that has been going on about the manufacturing industry in this Kenya. So what are the dynamics, or what is the statistics behind the employment rate under the manufacturing industry?
I think for the manufacturing sector, the key issues are really about the factors that contribute to production, especially costs. When you look at infrastructure, when you look at costs of energy, these are areas that are really important in ensuring the efficiency of the manufacturing sector. For instance, the cost of power, the ability to access production facilities. There are also aspects of the markets, the access to the markets and products. So the dynamics in the manufacturing sector are quite significant. And we have seen now in government a very deliberate effort to address some of the constraints that have affected the manufacturing sector, including, for instance, counterfeits, because the counterfeiting, counterfeit products obviously affect the demand for the products that are manufactured by the agricultural sector. And we've therefore seen a lot of efforts to try and address this issues of taxation, and therefore it is important for the aspects that contribute to efficiency within the manufacturing sector are addressed. It is obviously a deliberate strategy by government in terms of the big four that the manufacturing sector is mentioned. And the reason why this is important is because the manufacturing sector has the capacity to add significant value to the economy, even in terms of processes and even in terms of value addition, so that we're able to see even more jobs created. So of course it's a very important sector of our economy, and therefore demands a lot of attention from all stakeholders.
You have spoken about counterfeits, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Let me take you back to the power. The government last year opened another geothermal power plant just next to the Olkaria power plant. Do you think these measures that the government is putting, we are now focusing on the green energy, how to harness the green energy so that we can make power? Do you think they can, in the long run, they will help us get to that point where we can count on manufacturing to be among the key things that support our economy?
I think it's very, because energy costs are a significant component of the cost that a manufacturing company incurs, and geothermal is one of the cheapest forms of energy. So, and because we have those resources in our country, God has blessed our country with those resources, it is possible for us to now be able to exploit that and use it for generation of power. So I think if we continue in this trend, we will be able to make it possible for our energy costs to be lower, and therefore make us more competitive, and ultimately make it possible for a lot more power generation to happen at what you call at the least cost, because that's one of the policy objectives again. Generate power, but at the least cost. So geothermal power is one of the cheapest sources of power. So that will help significantly in making it possible for accessibility to cheap power.
First of all, and then do you think if we curb the entering of these counterfeits into our market, we can help solve anything?
Yes, I think, you see, when you have counterfeit products, it means that, one, these are products that directly compete with what we are manufacturing here in our own economy, and therefore it affects the ability of the manufacturing sector to perform as it should. You see, the basis of the free market economy is competition, but it also means there should be fair competition. So if I manufacture my product today, and all the components in it have contributed to the ultimate price, including quality, then it should mean that everybody should be able to compete on that basis. But when you have counterfeits, you have an unfair trading environment.
We need to know
and
where
that therefore
Wanjiko is.
discourages
We need to know what
investment
Wanjiko
in the
is
manufacturing
looking for.
sector,
We need to know what the
directly
needs are,
affecting our
and
economy,
how we can
our
connect
ability
Wanjiko
for the
with
economy
industry,
to generate
connect
jobs,
Wanjiko with the
which
right
is what we've been talking
information,
about in our
so
presentation
that
today.
we are able
So there
to
are very
actually
many
improve and grow the country.
important factors that addressing counterfeit will deal with. That is why we even have in Kenya an anti-counterfeiting authority, because it is a recognition that this is a serious problem that we are facing, and we need to deal with it